Thank you very much. It's indeed truly my pleasure, honor and pleasure, on behalf of the people of the Republic of Zambia, all our citizens, warm citizens of Zambia, to welcome you here to Lusaka, to Zambia. Let me step aside and recognize His Excellency President Maciso, the President of Senegal, who is the chairperson of the African Union, and also to recognize Your Excellencies, heads of state and government from various countries on our continent, President Charles Michel, EU Council President, who is present here, Your Excellency, Mr. Musa Faki Mahama, Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Your Excellencies, former heads of state that are here, and I do believe there are also former vice presidents that will be present with us. You are recognized, and truly, Your Excellencies, diplomatic corps that are here. Dr. Vera Solberg, the United Nations Under Secretary General and the Executive Secretary of the Economic Commission for Africa. Your Excellencies, invited guests, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I also wish to recognize the media, without whom we will not be able to get the world to know what is going on here in Lusaka today. So it is my singular duty on behalf of the people of Zambia, government of the people of Zambia, to once again welcome you, profoundly welcome you to our country, Zambia. We are delighted to have you here at this occasion of the opening of the fourth Media Coordination Summit of the heads of state and government of the African Union. This summit brings together members of the Bureau of the Assembly of the African Union and chairpersons of our regional economic communities on the continent to do what? To discuss pertinent issues related to our integration agenda and other issues affecting our continent. The media coordination meeting was born out of the need to ensure efficiency in the execution of our continental programs to benefit all our peoples in our individual countries, on our continent. Your presence at this meeting, therefore, as representatives of the regional economic communities, attest to your strong commitment to deliver on this mandate placed on us to attain the objectives that we have set ourselves for on our continental transformation blueprint, Agenda 2063. Chairperson, before we proceed, we would like to take this opportunity to thank His Excellency Musa Faki Mahama, Chairperson of the African Union Commission, and commend his team for the support rendered to the Zambian government in ensuring that this summit is held successfully. Thank you, Commission Chairperson. Chairperson, Your Excellencies, at this juncture, we would like to reflect on the theme of this 2022 summit, and specifically to build resilience in nutrition, food security across the African continent, strengthening agriculture to accelerate human capital, social and economic development. What a befitting theme, indeed. The theme reminds us of the urgent need to reflect deeply and pay special attention to the welfare and well-being of our people, transform our collective potential in agriculture to feed ourselves, our populations in our countries, in our regions, on our continent, and to contribute to alleviating the obvious global food insecurity that is looming just ahead of us. This is extremely important, and we are well placed as the African continent. Our member states are well placed with our basically agronomic conditions that are appropriate to produce food to feed our people. No reason why one African, only one, should go to bed without food on this continent. But God blessed us with a endowment, natural resource endowment, to be able to produce food for all our people. Supply also excess food to the communities outside of our continent. We need to effectively address the impact of climate change and other shocks. We wish to encourage member states, ourselves, to sign and ratify the Africa Risk Capacity Treaty, which will open up assistance channels in planning, preparing, and responding to these shocks in a timely and cost-effective manner. This is important if we are to address the challenges that face our people, especially in our quest to better the lives of our population in our countries and on our continent. Chairperson, to guard against the growing global problem of food insecurity, which is being compounded by rising cost of food itself, the rising cost of food itself, triggered by energy and agricultural input acceleration in the cost. We need to raise the level of productivity in agriculture, emphasize on value addition, not traditional and historical export of raw materials as a concept, but to value add, because there's more in doing that, which will also help create jobs for our young population on our continent. And we need to also ensure that we improve our ability to produce food beyond the rainy seasons of our countries, which means irrigation. It means appropriate technology, efficient technology to use to the maximum the water that is available in our countries and on our continent. It's extremely important to also deal with post-harvest losses, which really is a shame that our people work hard to produce food and a good proportion of it goes to waste because we have no mitigation measures to reduce post-harvest losses. This is really important, and it means we're losing value, not just food, but in monetary terms, a lot of value. Further, we need to expedite the social and economic transformation of our continent. African countries need to do more to enhance this aspect of social and economic transformation, which is so important. We need to enhance intercontinental trade and investment and take full advantage of opportunities presented by the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, which offers 1.3 billion people a market that we should definitely exploit and seize to provide products, to provide services from within the continent. That is important to trigger, to accelerate growth, economic growth, for social value in our countries. We need to accelerate the implementation of Agenda 2063 flagship projects, such as the integrated high-speed train railway network across our countries. We were chatting with the Commission Chairperson, EU Commission Chairperson in the room today, that just to access the markets that are in deficit, say in food alone, Sahel, for example, just for an example, it is difficult because we are not interconnected. We don't have the infrastructure which is efficient enough to deliver the food to where it's needed most. Secondly, this should change, and this project of networking and infrastructure that will connect us is so important. We need to have free movement of goods and people on this project. In addition, initiatives such as the Program of Infrastructure Development in Africa, PIDA, are critical in enhancing regional integration and fostering economic transformation on the continent by opening up our borders and interconnections to our countries. It's a point I made just a few minutes or seconds. Chairperson, there can be no meaningful economic development on our continent, or indeed elsewhere, in the absence of peace, stability, and security. It's just not possible. I think the arguments are out through the window on that issue. We need peace, stability, security as a pillar in order to drive the other pillar of social and economic development. The two are inseparable. And I've said many times, Chairperson, that instability anywhere is instability everywhere. And we've seen it. We don't need to be taught, we don't need to read. We've seen it over and over. Even when you have instability in Europe, it has a direct impact on the welfare of our people on this one. So I think this really should be taken as a package going forward. Chairperson, we must work and act together to silence the guns and all the hotbeds of violence on our continent, such as the extremist insurgent activities in some of our dear countries, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Somalia, the Sahel, and our sister republic next door here in Mozambique. This is alien to us on this part of Africa. But it's coming. And it can go anywhere, anytime. It does not recognize territorial boundaries. It is blind, extremism is blind to territorial boundaries. So we are all involved. We should all roll our sleeves and act now. Not tomorrow. Actually, act yesterday on this matter. Because it will challenge us even more to deliver for our people. I also want to add that these issues, these challenges may include, but are not limited to addressing economic issues. I'm talking of what drives this instability. Obviously, there are many reasons. Beliefs, it could be. Economic challenges, it could be. Lack of political space, it could be. But the point is that we must isolate all of these issues and deal with them as a package. Otherwise, we shall not succeed. Chairperson, the Zambian government and our people pledge and reaffirm our commitment to being a beacon of peace in championing the realization of a peaceful and ultimately a prosperous Africa. It's our noble duty as a country, and we confirm publicly that we are committed to this agenda. Chairperson, Your Excellencies, and dear colleagues, as I conclude, let me reassure you that Zambia will continue to play her part in supporting the work of the African Union in actualizing our continental aspirations for peace, stability, and indeed security. This includes aspects away from extremism, aspects that are vitally important as well, that of economic and social development. Again, these are hand in glove as we seek solutions to these challenges. This country, Chairperson, is committed together with our people. Obviously, in a democratic country like ours, you will hear one or two other views at variance. But in totality, the country and the population are committed to work with you to find amicable, lasting solutions to these challenges. So we can create space to address the economic and social development side of the equation, which is really what Africa needs now than ever before. Chairperson, Excellencies, we look forward to fulfilling and achieving a fruitful deliberation, and we are confident that outcomes of this summit will move us closer to our vision of a prosperous, peaceful, and indeed integrated Africa. God bless you all. God bless Africa. I thank you for the kind attention.